Hello, my Bread of Life friends. Today, our announcement video, Wendy is available to help make sure everything is clear because there's lots of announcements since it is Holy Week. So to start, let's see, tomorrow is Palm Sunday, and we will have a special Palm Sunday worship. And included in today's email is a paper palm that you can print out and maybe you color or I don't know, do something with to remember the celebration that people had as Jesus entered Jerusalem. As much as we know that he enters Jerusalem and then goes through suffering and pain, we also remember that we celebrate and rejoice in the ways that God comes to us, the ways that God saves us. And so we need to join in that celebration and that worship. So included in the email is a palm that you could print out, or maybe you have a plant that will work, or some green fabric that you want to throw down on the floor and have a processional parade on that. Do something. Do something. I want to remind everyone, I'd like to get some pictures collected of all of you so that I can put those together so people can see one another on Easter. So if you will take 2 minutes, take a picture of yourself and send it to me. You know, it might be a picture of you saying hello, something like that, so that people, so we can see each other during our Easter Sunday celebration. If I don't get any pictures though, I won't do it. So if I don't get any photos, then we'll wait and we'll see each other another time. So. Okay, so we'll get through Sunday, Palm Sunday, and then I'll remind everyone on Wednesday if they didn't watch the last Lenten worship service last week, because we had a whole bunch of technical problems getting it posted in time. So I'll send a reminder to watch that worship service. I would recommend it. It was very nice ending service to our worship during Lent with Bethel Lutheran Church. So. That's Wednesday. And then Thursday, this year, because we're having worship from a distance online, I realized we can take time to do a Holy Thursday worship service. And so please plan to join together in worship on Thursday at 6 p.m. It will be a simple service of being gathered together at our tables. All right, so prepare whatever meal you'll eat on Thursday evening. Bring that to your table. Set an extra place for the people who are not here, who are not together. So set an extra place for some person you wish could join you. And then we will gather together in worship beginning at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Yep. And that way we'll remember when Jesus gave us the gift of Holy Communion. We'll remember that last meal Jesus shared with his friends and disciples, and we'll join in that meal, remembering that gift that Jesus gives to us, community and Holy Communion. So that's Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Then on Friday, we will have a Good Friday worship service. And Good Friday, we call good because in the scheme of what God does for us, it is good. It's a very hard service. It's when we remember the crucifixion. But it's important because that is the way that we know how God suffers with us. We see what Jesus does, how far God goes to show us God's love. So that worship service will be, we'll record it at Bread of Life, and it will be available for all of us to join in together on Friday at 6 p.m. Then for Holy Saturday, I would invite everyone to take some time. Remember your favorite Bible stories. Remember your favorite stories about what God is doing, how God has come into our lives. God has shaped the world to show us God's love. Okay, so I asked you to take a little time on Saturday to remember. It's like a funeral vigil or when you're with someone who is dying and you tell their stories. You tell the stories of what that person did, the funny stories, the sad stories, the wonderful stories, all of those stories about that person that were important to you. So that's the idea for Saturday. Just remembering those stories, telling those stories from the Bible, the things that we know about what God is doing, maybe too is stories from your own life, what God is doing in your life. Remember those stories. And then I also invite you to take some time on Saturday to pray for the world, to pray for one another, to pray for health workers, to pray for teachers and students. There's so many people to pray for, so many situations that need more attention and the compassion that we have. So ask that you would take time on Saturday to do two things. One, remember some of your favorite Bible stories and what God is doing in your life. And two, to pray. Take some time to pray. Which then, so that's Saturday. Then it takes us to Easter Sunday. And Easter Sunday we'll have worship online again. But it will be a special worship service because we'll be working with 3 other congregations, 3 other churches. And we'll go to those different churches and record different parts of our worship service at each church. And then we'll get to share worship together in a way that we really never could do without being online like this. And so all of the worship parts will be interpreted. So no worries, everyone will know what's going on. We'll be sure that we're paying attention to what this community needs. But it will be a special Easter worship service in a way that we couldn't do if we were just coming to our church buildings for worship. So that is on Sunday morning at 10:30. That's next week, Sunday. So April 12th, Sunday morning at 10:30, we'll have Easter Sunday worship. So all of those things, this video will be available all week. So if you forget something, you can come back and look at it. But because it's a full week, because this is the heart, this is the center of our faith, the promise that life overcomes death, that suffering and pain Definitely those things are part of our life, but that's not the end of the story. The end of the story is life overcomes death. So my friends, I will see you. I will see you soon. And know that I pray for you every day. And that I love you very much.